Hey guys, welcome back to Don's Garage here. Anyway, we have a video here to how to. We're gonna get right into the video. The video is gonna be how to adjust the valves on a Briggs Stratton. Now this goes for a lot of model Briggs Strattons. This goes for any of the overhead valve Briggs Stratton single cylinders, the 1-cylinder motors. This can go for the Intex and everything like that. This is an older mower. This is a tell your number. It's a 2002. This is an older one, and you can also do this on 96s too. Whatever your overhead valve, you can even do it on the new style ones like these. Goes for the same with the overhead valve in the front, and same goes for this. This is a 2021 Craftsman. I was working on it for a guy, and it has the Briggs Stratton. It goes for the same motor too. Just any of the single cylinder Briggs overhead valves. Now it does not go for any of the V-twins. It does not go for them. That is for something totally different. But yeah, so let's get right into the video. Also on this John Deere here, has the same motor that we're talking about. The overhead valve Briggs. Same thing. That's what we're talking about. Now there is two ways to tell, or there is one way how to tell if your valves need to be adjusted. First of all, I shouldn't have took everything apart before I made the video, but I figured I'd make a video for you guys. I haven't done a how-to video in a long time now. So anyway, the problem is what happens with the motors are how to know they're now by this telling here, by what I'm about to tell you what's going on. There's two things that could be happening. It could be your compression release that's busted inside the motor that's on the camshaft. It could be that, or also it could be the valves need to be adjusted. In this case, I am pretty sure the valves need to be adjusted because they are way off. The motor still ran, but if you charge the battery up good, it would start up. But if you didn't charge it, if the battery was like a normal battery, it wouldn't try starting. So anyway, how to tell is if you turn the key, which I don't have the spark plug in, so it's going to turn real fast, so you won't be able to tell what's going on. But if you turn the key and the motor turns and then stops, slows down, and then turns and then slows, stops, that would be a way to tell that your valves need to be adjusted. And again, like I said, it could also be that your compression release is busted on your camshaft. Now it's kind of hard to tell. The only way really to tell if your compression release is busted on the camshaft is if you take the valves off and you adjust them, which I'm about to show you, and that does not work, then you know it's your compression release on your camshaft. So I'm going to tell you, go over you how to do any of this stuff. Pretty much for this style motor, you're going to need a 5/8 ratchet wrench for the spark plug to take that out. You're going to need any kind of screwdriver. It doesn't really matter what kind of screwdriver. I choose a little Phillips head. There's your spark plug, of course, that stay in there. You're going to need the valve adjusting tools, gapping tools. You're going to need some Torx bits. And you're going to need doesn't matter if you use an impact or a wrench or a saw ratchet, but you have to have a 3/8, some kind of 3/8 adapter or wrench. And you're going to need a 10mm wrench. Now some of these you have to use a 1/2 inch. It depends on the model of the mower, but for this model, older model here, it takes a 10mm, so that's what we're going to be using. So anyway, you can tell we have this set on 5mm or 5mm or whatever it is, 0.5. So that's what we're going to be using. I usually adjust both top and bottom at 0.5. So yeah, let's go ahead and show you here. Now you have to put the motor on top dead center. That's why I use a screwdriver. What you do is you turn the motor by hand. You turn it by hand, and you have to do it on top dead center. And what top dead center is when the piston is all the way up, so all the way out. And you have to tell by adjusting your screwdriver. If you turn the motor and your screwdriver goes in, that's not what you want. You want to have the screwdriver pushed all the way out, as far as it'll go out. So that's top dead center. Second, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and I got my valve gapping tools. So what they should be is if the valves were not if this was not the problem, valves, this little feeler gauge would if they're marked at the right valve clearance, it should be kind of difficult to get the thing in there, but it will go in there. If it's not difficult and just slides right through with no problem, that means your valves are definitely out of adjustment. So let's check this. You can see they're way too loose. Even, let's check the bottom one. Way too loose. So we need to tighten that up. So I'm going to put you on the tripod and show you how to do all this. I'm going to get you up close so you guys can see. And we will go from there. Sometimes I have problems with this thing turning off, so let's hope that doesn't happen. But we'll go ahead and get you up close here. Kind of zoom you in a little bit. And I'll try to just go through and help you guys out to get you guys kind of so you can understand what's going on. Hopefully, guys, my knee is not in the way. So what we got to do, first thing is you got to get your Torx, which I don't know what kind this is. We'll give you up a definite reading one here. Hold up 1 second, just got to get the right one here. Okay, so what you're going to need is a Torx T15. Torx T15 is what you're going to need to adjust this kind of valve. And I will make another video if I have another one of these problems on a newer Briggs. I will let you know, and I will make the video hopefully. And this will be the how to adjust the valves on a 02 2002 Briggs Stratton. Well, it goes for all the models. I'll list all the models in the description. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get the valves adjusted here. So we're gonna get the Torx and we're gonna loosen the set screw up. It's in the middle. There, that one was really tight. These never been adjusted pretty much, hopefully, I'm guessing. There we go. And loosen up a good amount so you can readjust them tighter. Okay, so now that they're tight, go ahead and turn this little notch where you think your valves need to be adjusted at. And I'm going to say right about there's where I'm going to keep them at. So we're going to go ahead and what we got to do is hold this nut so it does not move and get your set screw and tighten the center screw up to get your valve, but make sure not to turn your wrench. There you go. That's tight. Then you check your clearance, and this is how you want it. You want it kind of stiff. You can see the bottom was really loose, but this one here you kind of got to wiggle the thing to get it in. Now it's still a little bit loose. Just give yourself your nut a little bit of a tighten, and that should tighten it up where you want it. Yep, that's about where you want it right now. You want it so it'll go in with a little bit of hardness, but it'll go in and it'll move by its own. So that's that. Then we'll do the bottom one, same exact thing I just did. Put your thing in here, tighten your screw up where you think it would work at. Back it off a little bit there and tighten it right there. Now I've had a lot of learning experience with this, so it's probably gonna be a lot harder for you guys. I'm trying to do it kind of easy. Look, kind of looks easy what I'm doing right now. And you see this is still kind of loose. So you see this is kind of tighter. See, this is tight, this is still loose. Just give your nut a little bit of a turning, and that should crank it down where you want it. And you see, that's tight enough where you want it. Now, what I have here is I have an 06, an 0.6. So I lost my 05, it bent and all up to crap. So I'm using an 06 right now. So you should be actually using an 05, but I tightened it down a little bit tighter where it would equal an 05. So that's what I did. Just off the guess in my head. Now we're going to put the valve cover back on and we'll try starting it, and hopefully that it will work then. Now I did have a problem with this mower. Had a leaky valve cover gasket, and it seems to be all right. The gasket does not seem to be torn, but the bolts were really loose when I went to mess with it, so I think they loosened up over time. Make sure the camera's still recording, and yes it is. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe the surface off here with a rag. Just get any oily surfaces off here, off the valve cover gasket. And we'll put this thing back together. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and wipe the valve cover seal off here. If you do need to put a gasket on, feel free just to go ahead and put a gasket on so you save yourself some time, because sometimes if the gasket doesn't look the best and you don't want to replace it at that time, you're going to have troubles in the future with leaking valve covers, and it goes right on your muffler. Then your mower smokes, and then you're wondering what's going on with my mower. Just go ahead and replace the valve cover gasket that needs it, which this one does not need it. This one's fine. But if you take it off and it rips, then you got a problem. You have to replace your valve. Which they're really cheap. They're probably about $5, $10 on Amazon, so they aren't very expensive. Alright, so we'll put the valve cover back on. Let's wipe all the stuff off it real fast. Had a lot of grease on it. We'll go ahead and wipe that off. Looks good enough. Okay, so we're going to put the valve cover back on. And again, 3/8 bolts. Now, I'm not going to tighten them up all the way with the impact. I'm just going to put them in and snug them with the impact, and then I'm going to torque them down with my ratchet. That one looks like it's crossed through. I'll fix that here in a second. Now, you never want to get your ratchet and put them in with a ratchet. You want to actually start them with your fingers, and then you can get them going with a ratchet or whatever. So you do not want to cross thread your threads on these valve covers. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to get my impact and just kind of start them in like that. Okay, now I want to take this socket off and put it on my ratchet, because you do not want to get the impact and tighten it too tight and then you bust your threads. I have had that happen once. So just get them and just tighten them down where you think would, or right about where you should probably stop at. So I'm thinking right there, and go to the bottom one here. Do a kind of star pattern right there, and then back up here. There we go. One more bolt. And there you go. Your valve cover is tight. Then you can go ahead and put your spark plug back in. Okay, let's go ahead and just tighten it down there. Tighten down the ratchet. I always tighten it down almost as far as you can get with your fingers, and then once it starts getting hard to turn, then get your ratchet and tighten out the rest of the way. And don't over tighten your bolts. Don't over tighten them. Just kind of give them a tight snug. It's not like you're trying to force it to turn any more than it's supposed to turn. Don't be like standing on it or anything like that. You always just turn it to where you think that is about the good about the right way. So I'll show you here. Show you where I'm thinking at. So I would go, it's not getting tight yet, right there. So don't be going and forcing yourself on it. Just give it a tight snug, and right there. Pull it out, put your spark plug boot back on, and let's see if this sucker fires up. Now I do think the battery is kind of weak on it, so I don't know if it's going to start up right after this. I will put the battery charger on and see if I can hear it start. But if it does start on this, that means we definitely did the valve the right way. Okay, we'll go ahead and turn this motor over here and see what we did. And you can see that battery was a little bit weak, and it started that motor right up with no problem, like it was smooth as a pie. So, let me take you off the tripod here. So that is how to adjust your valves on your Briggs Stratton single-cylinder engine. I hope this helped anybody out. I'm hoping if somebody might have got a little bit of entertainment out of this or helped you out. This mower, I don't know if I recorded, but I got it for $20. It ran when I got it, and the deck worked, and it drove. But the only thing was the steering rod right here, the ball and socket came off in the front. So I had a parts mower out back like this one, and I took the steering rod off it. This thing's pretty much ready to go. I'm going to pressure wash the mower off one more time, clean it up good. I'm going to touch up all the rough spots on the deck, and I might touch up these spots up here. I got the hood for it there. So yeah, this thing's almost ready to go up. I did the engine service. I was just hoping to get that valve cover tightened up. I have to do, so pretty much all I have to do is clean it up one more time, put the hood back on. I have to sharpen or put new blades on it or sharpen the blades, and it's pretty much ready to go back up for sale. So, go up for sale, not back up for sale. Also, I did get this mower yesterday for free. It's a Craftsman LT3000. Everything's good on it except for the motor blew up a couple days ago on the people that had it. See, there's a big crack in the block there. But luckily I do have a mower out back. Now, let me show you it real fast. Since the job is done, we wanted to get done. I'll show you a couple things before I end the video. We have, oh, there's a deer. Hey, bud. He's looking at me. There's deer back there eating. See him? Hey, deer. Oh my gosh, look at all the deer. Hey, bud. Bud. They call them deers. Anyway, so we got a lot of, they're all looking at me right now. It's kind of weird. Anyway, we got all the mowers out back here. I got this thing for free here. There's the deer. They're looking. We're gonna go in the woods here in a second. What are you doing? Hey! Oh, looking at me. He's running. He's getting away. No, don't leave! Don't leave! And then left. Anyway, sorry about that. But I got this for free the other day. It's a John Deere Sabre. It's in really nice shape. All tires hold air except for this one, but it's a little bit low, so it might just be low on air. The seat is in very good shape, but it has one rip in it. What if I put that on the Craftsman? No, it doesn't look like you can. Anyway, the motor runs great. The deck works great. The only thing is the transmission is kind of weak. So it's a hydrostatic transmission, so it's kind of weak. I was kind of mad about that because the mower's in good shape. I think he said he put new blades on it too. There's a mulching kit on, but it's got new blades on it and all that stuff. So but again, like I said, the transmission is weak, and it has a bad solenoid on it, which is really kind of hard to get to. You got to go. It's right there. So you gotta probably take the wheel off and the battery out. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get it off. Not too much of a big of a deal, but what I'm planning on doing is taking this 14.5 Briggs Stratton off and putting it on that LT3000 out front that you saw, because this motor will fit right on it. So it's a really good, it surges a little bit, so I might put a new carburetor on it, but other from that, it's a really good running motor. But I don't know if, the transmission was weak when I got it, but now it seems like it's better. I don't know if maybe you should just put some, I don't know if you can put oil in it or what, but I got all the mowers pulled out right now because I had to mow. That's why all the mowers are out. I still have to pull out those two mowers. That Troy bolt's got to move. Well, that Troy bolt don't have to move right now. All these tires and decks got to move. All that stuff there needs to move. But I broke my rope when I was trying to pull stuff out. So, but yeah, so I got to pull this stuff out so I can mow here. I'm gonna mow it. I mowed it kind of high here, but I'm gonna mow it real low to the ground, so I hopefully don't have to mow it. I'm gonna just wherever the mowers are out, I'm just gonna scalp the grass just to get it so it hopefully won't grow back for a couple more weeks, so I don't have to keep pulling stuff out. So I'm gonna probably use, I know my my John Deere, you can really lower the deck real low, so I might go out here and just mow it. So but also this thing here, it's a Craftsman. I took it to some people, and the guard down there, it's rotted off there. When I backed the mower off the trailer, it bent that guard down, and when I went to go engage the blades, it smoked the belt and threw the belt off. So it was kind of embarrassing to throw the belt off when I got there and smoked the belt. But I told them everything that and I understand and everything, and I mowed the grass for them for $50 they paid me. So, but this one also has a good 14. This is the exact same motor as we just did the valve adjustment on. I was thinking about taking this motor off and just putting it on the Craftsman, but I don't know yet. They both run really good. This one will start right up. They both will start right up. So I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. It's rather gonna. I was kind of leaning towards that one, but that one's so clean looking. I don't know if I want to just kind of put oil in the transmission and put a new cylinder in it and just sell that, or just take the motor off it. I have no clue. This thing's kind of, this is actually pretty clean except for the crack there in the hood and the deck being a little rotted in the front. But I mean, it's not really a bad shape, so I gotta think about it a little bit and see what I gotta do. But what I might do is this motor on this mower, the racing mower, the motor on it blew up, so we took parts off of it. So I'm thinking of maybe taking the motor off that one to go on the Craftsman LT3000 and taking this motor off and putting it on this mower. I don't know yet. I gotta think about it. I don't know what I'm gonna do for sure. So that's to be continued. But yeah. So that's really it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys got some entertainment or got something actually fixed out of this video, maybe, hopefully. But thank you guys for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next one. Later.